Hi again. I'm Dave Gibson for Third Wednesday Magazine with another recorded reading by one of our contributors with a new book on offer. This time we'll hear from Lisa Timpf. Lisa is a retired HR and communications professional who lives in Ontario, Canada. Lisa's poetry has appeared in Eye of the Telescope, Starline Triangulation, 7-Day Weekend, Third Wednesday, and other venues. You can find out more about Lisa's writing projects at lisatimpf.blogspot.com. Lisa is also on Blue Sky at lisatimpfbsky.social. Her book is titled, intriguingly, Cats and Dogs in Space. Here now, Lisa Timpf.
I'd like to, first of all, thank Third Wednesday for the opportunity to share some of my poems. And these are poems from the collection Cats and Dogs in Space. Now, some of the poems in the collection are based on news stories about cats and dogs, and one such is titled Chaser Checks Out. The news headline it's based on was Chaser, the border collie that could recognize more than 1,000 words, has died. Chaser checked out July 2019 after a life spent in pursuit of learning, her master, a psychology professor, having taught her words for over 1,022 objects. A border collie, Chaser's eagerness for work lay keen as her steely gaze, and so she mastered them all the names for her individual toys, 24 plus fetch discs, over 100 balls, 800 stuffed animals, and sundry other items too. Nouns buried in her subconscious like savory bones, with a subtle mental map to find and bind them all. The language of love she knew as well, barked a farewell to her master hours before he passed. And perhaps somewhere they're reunited now, he talking, she cocking her head as they count out with joy, with feeling, the long, long litany of words he taught, she learned. One of the book sections is devoted to how we cope with the loss of our pets, something that dog and cat owners are all too familiar with. And so one of these poems is titled The Unknown After. 1. Late May, we bury our old dog's remains under 2 young saplings. The weight of that bag of ashes when I carry it out to the yard. There's a heaviness to guilt and second guessing, to the not knowing whether you chose the right time to say goodbye. 2. November snowfall. The oak still clings to her leaves, as though she too finds it hard to let go. 3. December twilight. Morning doves call from the cedars. 4. Early March. Snow on the ground, patchy. A skein of northbound geese, loose strung, spans across the sky, proclaiming as they go that we all must trace our path one day into the unknown after. Another of these pet loss poems was written for my border collie, Emma, and it's called Without Her. Hans, my dog, once kept busy with so many morning rituals, walks, feeding, brushing, now sit idle, unsure how to occupy themselves. And the laziness of knowing I'm no longer on call for nature's call doesn't feel like a luxury. I'm left behind, bereft, like an unpaired sock, salt without pepper, laurel minus hardy, left to wonder whether the early morning birds still sing as loud without us there to listen, whether twilight bats still zip and dip across the evening sky without us there to see. As you might surmise from the title Cats and Dogs in Space, a number of the poems are science fiction based, thinking sometimes playfully, sometimes seriously about the future. One of these poems is The Cats of the Future. The cats of the future will come in many colors: green tabbies, rainbow calicos, Russian blues, and 50 shades of gray, The cats of the future will fearlessly tread in the paw prints of Félicette, first feline in space, though hoping for a gentler fate. The cats of the future will sharpen their claws on artificial trees, maintaining morale on space-bound colony ships, because wherever humans go, the cats of the future will follow. And wherever cats go, they'll do their level best to keep the dogs of the future in their place. Another science fiction poem, this one joined sci-fi haiku, which is like haiku but with a science fiction flair. Dogs in Space. 35-year mission to find new worlds to mark as their own. Diplomatic faux pas. If only the alien ship hadn't looked like a fetch toy. Sentient flora. A whole new significance to barking up the wrong tree. Puppy gets a scolding. So hard to resist chasing the ship's cat. Steampunk is one subgenre of science fiction, and this next poem first came to me as a series of images related to steampunk. It's called Steampunk Paradise. In the halls of steampunk paradise, steampunk cats chase steampunk mice, while steampunk dogs with dented ears go leaping after steampunk deer, until the humans call them in and scratch behind their ears of tin. They rest their heads on master's knees, engaging in deep reveries. A heartfelt sigh, a steamy hiss, convey the depths of canine bliss. Then lids drop over glowing eyes in the halls of steampunk paradise. And there's one final science fiction poem, this one about an imagined mission to Mars. It's called The Sand Dogs of Mars. For 6 months, life on these red sands seemed bland, all study and rigor and rules and strict compliance. And then we discovered them, muzzles to the stars and singing, the sand dogs of Mars. At first, we didn't credit the witness of our eyes, imagined it wishful thinking for those we left behind. All the Fidos and Rexes and Maxes and Milos and Bandits. But then we felt that coarse fur under our gloved hands. For now, they will remain our tight-kept secret. Mission Control, we fear, won't understand, might compel us to sacrifice our new friends on the altars of science. So for now, this is our small act of defiance. We've bitten the apple of knowledge, cannot deny that wonders exist beneath these yellow-brown skies. So close we might touch them with our gloved hands, here among the redness of the sands. Beautiful mysteries under the sky-bright stars, the sand dogs of Mars. So thank you for listening and for the opportunity to share these poems. Again, the title of the book is Cats and Dogs in Space, and it's available from Hiraeth Publishing.
Once again, that was Lisa Timpf, the title of her book, Cats and Dogs in Space. I'm Dave Jimson for Third Wednesday Magazine. Thank you for listening. Goodbye.